What's good, YouTube? Rayquaza2094 here with this is actually an Elite Four match in a group I'm in, Pokemon Masters League Heroes, and facing Jay, if you know him on Facebook and all that. And it's Elite Four match, so let's get started. I'm gonna lead off. I brought Weather and he didn't. Gonna lead off with my Metagross because Metagross is a pretty good Pokemon to lead off with and not use the Weather. And then I bring in my Latias to take this V-Create nicely, because I thought maybe he would overpredict and go for Fusion Bolt or something like that. That is not the case. So, yeah. Obviously, that's a Choice Band and Victini. He's going to bring in Scizor to threaten me out, and I'm just going to go for the Recover because, you know, I like that health. Well, I'm going to switch out into my Politoed, because my Politoed is a deadly Politoed. And he goes for the U-turn. It's going to do a lot of damage because I'm running no like defensive bulk or anything, because I am a spec set. So I bring down the Surf on the Victini. Going to easily KO it with Spec, Surf, and Rain. Yeah, that's a dead Victini right there. Well, I just got a text. Anyway, he's going to bring in Suicune, which kind of stops my Surf, and then I decide, you know, Ferrothorn is my best bet, because I'm going to assume he's a Crocoon, and really Ferrothorn could just take this nice, awesome thing against the Crocoon. He gets a first turn Scald, which sucks, because, you know, 30%, but I never get the Scald. My opponents always get the Scald. So clearly it is not 30%, but yeah. I put on the Leech Seed because I know I can force him to switch or do something. And I figure, hey, that's a free layer of spikes right there if he switches. So that's nice. That's very nice, actually. One layer of spikes is up. Switch out because I know the Skarmory is going to be wanting to set up spikes, and I don't want it to. It's going to go for the taunt, I guess, because it didn't want me to set up any more spikes or anything. You know, kind of bad for him. Bring down the Thunder. Unfortunately, since I didn't have the Stealth Rocks up yet, because I didn't put them up yet with my Metagross, I unfortunately am going to have to two-hit KO this Skarmory. He only sets up one layer of spikes, though, which one layer of spikes, not a big deal. I can handle one layer of spikes pretty decently, actually. And he's going to bring in Jirachi, and I'm like, I don't know what it wants to do, so I'm going to switch out. Bring in my Politoed, and he's going to go for the Thunder Wave, maybe thinking I was Scarf or something, I don't know. But he is going to bring in he's going to use a Thunder Wave, which means he's probably a Paraflinch set, is my guess, and he didn't want to use Body Slam. So basically, he's going to bring in his Suicune. I'm just going to go for that straight Surf because I'm not feeling predicting at this point. If I had predicted and gone for the HP Grass, that would have been a nearly dead Suicune. I doubt it would have KO'd it, but would have been nearly dead. Well, I decide, you know, I can pretty much switch in my Toxicroak, which I should have done first, because really, there's nothing he can do. If I'm correct, and he is in fact Crocoon without any other attack, my Toxicroak walls it. So I go for one Nasty Plot, and figuring he's going to go for a Bullet Punch, but I should be able to live one. I'm going to go for another Nasty Plot. He doesn't go for the Bullet Punch, though. He goes for the Sword Stance, and now I won't be able to live one, but I am faster on the upside, so I am going to be able to get some damage down on this Scizor. So, Vacuum Wave almost KOs it. Almost. Quite close. Quite close. In fact, I'm a little sad it wasn't closer. So, basically, he's going to... I'm figuring he's just going to want to stay in. He goes for the U-turn, which does in fact break my Air Balloon. He switches out there, which is nice, because, yeah, I got Stealth Rocks and Spikes. That Scizor is dead next turn. So now he brings in Suicune. And I'm like, Suicune, what you gonna do? You're gonna go for a Scald? Of course you are. And I get KO'd, unfortunately. Not much I can do there, though. I mean, that's to be expected. So now I bring in my Latias, because my Latias is the best bet right now to threaten out that Suicune. Scizor comes in and dies to entry hazards, which is nice. And actually, we did have a match, but beforehand, I believe. No, we didn't. Maybe we did. I have no clue. I am just saying stuff now. Actually, no, we didn't. This match didn't DC. That was another match. Never mind. So, I bring in Politoed because now is a good time to fodder out the Politoed. He's going to go for the Ice Punch. Not going to quite KO me. Doesn't really matter because, you know, I'm going to be KO'd next turn anyway. So, he goes for the Confusion. Don't really know why he's using Confusion. I mean, I guess it's a Paraflinch Fusion thing. But, I don't know. I find there's better stuff than Confusion. So I bring in my Scizor because I figure, you know, I can threaten him out. And at this point, I'd forgotten he had Sableye still. So I wasn't predicting Sableye to come in, and I go for the straight superpower, and I'm like, oh yeah, there's a Sableye in here. I forgot. Well, I'm going to switch out, because I don't want to leave my Scizor in on a Sableye, especially since it's Choice Banded. And he's going to go for the Confuse Ray, which is going to suck, because Confusion is supposed to only hit you half the time, and it definitely hit me more than half the time during this battle. So he's going to put up the Substitute. So now I know he has Confuse Ray and Substitute. I'm going to hurt myself in Confusion first turn, which was really annoying, but I'm like, hey, it's 50%. Maybe I should be able to get the attack. I should be able to get up a layer of spikes this next turn. He goes for the Recover. So far he's showing that he has Confuse Ray, Substitute, and Recover. So I decided to go for the Power Whip because I don't want a free sub. And I miss, which is like really, really sucky. And then I'm going to Snap Out Confusion, go for the Power Whip, and miss again? Okay. Thank you, Hacks. I love you too. So at this point I was like, well, clearly this Ferrothorn is not going to be breaking a sub. So I might as well just try and set up some layers of spikes. So I managed to get up one layer of spikes without a problem. So now I have 2 layers of spikes and Stealth Rocks. Anything that comes in is going to be severely hurt, except that Jirachi. That Jirachi can last. He goes for Will-O-Wisp, so it shows that he does not run the Taunt. Which is like, since he doesn't run Taunt or Toxic, that is the downfall of the Sableye right now. I know I'm spoiling it, because there's still like 3 minutes of the battle left. But that is the downfall of the Sableye. So I get confused again. And go for a Power Whip. Actually managed to hit. Okay, look at that, look at that. I actually managed to hit. I'm amazed. But, of course, since I'm burned, the Power Whip's not going to break through the sub. It might not have anyway. So I'm confused, and I'm going to hit myself, and, yeah. Lovely. Well, yeah, my Ferrothorn goes down. I think at some point I actually got all 3 layers of spikes up. Maybe I didn't. You can correct me if I'm wrong. So since he does not have the Taunt, I find that the downfall of the Sableye, which means I can bring in this Latias and just Calm Mind all the time. Except, you know, Confusion. Hitting myself more than 50% of the time. Then he's gonna go for Will-O-Wisp. And yeah. Basically, I managed to break through the Confusion this time. Set up a Calm Mind. I'm not really worried about burn because I carry the Recover, so any burn I can recover off, especially since, you know, this Sableye apparently does not have Taunt or Toxic, so it's really good for me. You go for 1 Dragon Pulse to go ahead and break the sub, because I want that sub gone. And then, you know, I'm kind of thinking, I actually went for an over-prediction of him switching out to sack the Suicune, which my over-prediction actually pays off. Then guess what happens? I get up another free Calm Mind. Haha. Oh man, that was actually, I was confused on that one. Actually, it wasn't really an over prediction. It was kind of predicting him to go into Substitute, and I'm like, why should I go for an attack when I can just go for a Calm Mind? And then I go for the Thunder on the Suicune just to finish it off, because obviously he wants it as fodder, so let's make it fodder. And now he is going to bring in his Jirachi, which 2 or 3 layers of spikes, and then Stealth Rocks. Yeah, this is going to be an easily KO Jirachi from a Thunder, so bam, bring down that Thunder, especially since I'm at +2. And then he's going to bring in Sableye, and I'm going to KO the Sableye, and that is going to be the match. So comment, like, and subscribe if you'd like to see more of my videos. And the like really helps out, so thanks guys if you do that in advance, and I will see you on the next battle.